to the cloud. Welcome to Exploring the Electromagnetic Spectrum ham radio class information session. I am Jesse Alexander. My call sign is WB2IFS. And this is just a session to let you know what we're planning on doing in this course. So welcome and let's get started. All right, this is the agenda for this session. We're going to talk about, we'll have a little video about the electromagnetic spectrum as your place. We'll talk about the course objectives, eligibility, benefits, what happens during the 40 weeks, what to expect, and we'll have a little demo of the Supernova platform that we're using for the class, and then Q&A after this video is finished. So we're going to start this video.
You won't believe it, but you can talk to someone in space.
Sam from Earth, calling space station. Can you hear me? This is Sam from Earth. Can you hear me?
If you want to talk to space, you need a really big antenna, multi-elemented and made of aluminum.
Calling the space station. Can you hear me? This is Sam from Earth, calling the space station. Can you hear me?
Sam from Earth. 聞こえますか？聞こえますよ。
こんにちは。こちらは
ジャパニーズスペースステーションです。もしもし、連絡してくれてありがとう。聞こえますよ。
Any energy I do not need may leave. Any energy I do not need may leave.
Okay. Let's continue. So that video typifies the excitement of ham radio and the kind of thing that we want to impart in this class. And so that's why that was shown. So let's keep moving. The course objectives are to introduce you to the EMS as a natural resource and natural resource, and also to introduce you to wireless technologies. The idea is to produce a scalable curriculum on the Supernova LMS platform. This provides a hands-on, we also provide hands-on activities to deepen knowledge, and we want to create a mutually supportive cohort of amateur radio enthusiasts. That's you. We also support student attainment, your attainment of technician and general class licenses. We'll talk about how that happens as we go further this presentation. Eligibility, we're looking for people who are 18 to 20 years old. We don't require a formal background in STEM or STEAM, only interest. We're looking for people who are U.S. citizens, permanent residents, or those who have DACA status, and that's because the FCC requires Social Security numbers, and also because of the way we provide stipends, that we have those restrictions. You don't have to be in college, and we want to make this place a safe place for students just like you. The benefits to you is that we give you a stipend. You're going to get coaching with mentors, some of whom are not too much older than you, and who are peers. There'll be opportunities to explore careers with professionals that are already in the careers that you're interested in, guest speakers and the like. There'll be opportunities to network with other people like yourselves, and also with the professionals mentioned before. And you'll get to collaborate with some of our partners. The funders are actually have an interest in connecting us with other projects that are also been funded. So there'll be chances to collaborate with those folks. And there's a photo here of me and some of the students from the previous program, and we're all at the Ham-Sci convention, which is a great convention that talks about using amateur radio as an instrument, if you will, for measuring the behavior of the ionosphere and studying that behavior. So this is an example of a conference that you may be able to attend during this class. There are also hands-on experiences. You'll get a toolkit. This is an electronic kit that was developed by Lemore Freed. Her call sign is AC2SN. She is the founder of Adafruit Industries. Adafruit provides lots of good
Notifying you that I
electronic
did
components.
it. It worked.
Electronic components and other things that makers and experimenters like to use. So you're going to get one of these toolkits. After you pass the exam and get your call sign, you'll get your handheld transceiver. And this is an example of one of the transceivers that we're sending to our duly licensed students now. And you'll get one like that. Here is a little video of one of our students successfully completing a hands-on activity.
Notifying you that I did it. It worked. After a few trials of trying to get the wire exposed, I have successfully wrapped it around the banana.
Let me go back. Not sure.
Touch this one here. This one went in front of our buzzer. Oops, not focusing. And then it is on with the button. I push down and it works.
Okay, wanted to finish that video. All right, so I mentioned guest speakers. We've had Brenda Muhammad, who leads a mutual aid community-based organization. We've had Dr. Amy Lovell, who is a professor in astronomy at Agnes Scott College in Atlanta, and she's also a NASA alum. We've also had Nathaniel Frizzell, Dr. Nathaniel Frizzell, who teaches over at University of Scranton, and he leads the Ham-Sci workshop. We've also had Doug Lindsay, who is a EMT and emergency manager, talk about emergency preparedness and that kind of thing. And we've also had Ria Jayaram, who is a YouTube celebrity and also a member of the board of our funders now. She used to work for the ARRL as an official. So she talked about her career, not so much her professional experiences and title, but about her career. So these are the benefits of being in the program. You'll develop what we call a STEM identity. You'll get your ham license, which is a license to hack. You also get some knowledge about emergency communications and and that kind of thing. And career guidance, we already mentioned that. And you'll get a chance to visualize yourself as in this community, and as a member of this community. What does a ham radio community get out of this? Well, they get new people, which is a big deal, and also a chance to interact across generations and to share knowledge across generations. And also, eventually, after this program is complete, they will get basically access to the Supernova Learning Management System and open source license, basically open source content, all the open source content on Supernova, so that they can use basically the results of this program to teach at universities or in ham clubs or anything like that. The NRAL community, what they get out of this is they get a diverse pool of future researchers, scientists, technicians, craft, and other folks that help them fulfill their mission, their radio astronomy mission. And they also get people who have experience working directly with the electromagnetic spectrum as ham radio operators, and also a chance to increase scientific literacy, which is great for, which is an important thing for our community, our country, and the planet, actually. So how does this happen? What happens during the 40 weeks? Well, the first 20 weeks will be devoted to helping you get your technician's license, and we will use the ARRL Red Book, the license manual for the technician license, and all the topics you see here are the lessons that are Black are basically chapters inside of this book. The yellow chapters are things that, the highlight chapters are things that we've added. We're going to introduce you to Morse code and give you a little taste of that. And I think you saw one of our students in a previous slide playing with a code practice oscillator. And we'll also show you how to stay safe on and off the air as people who are traditionally excluded from minoritized communities that have been traditionally excluded from ham radio and ham radio activities. So we're going to help you keep your sanity and your safety while you're on and off the air. You'll notice that some of the lessons are in green. Everything in green will have an on-the-air component, because by then you will have your license. And so we're planning to set up weekly nets, a weekly training net that everyone will participate in, where we can share ideas and also discuss some of the things that we've got in our classes. So that's what's happening for the first 20 weeks. The second 20 weeks is we're going to be upgrading you to the general class amateur radio license. And again, these are the topics, and we're going to add 2 more topics that are special and unique to this program. We're going to have a topic about space weather and another one about spectrum management. So those are the things that are going to be happening over the next 40 weeks. In the Supernova platform, which I'll demonstrate shortly, you will see weekly, each week there'll be Zoom meetings, of course, there'll be assignments, and we've described some of those before. You'll be communicating back and forth with each other and with us using Discord and email. You'll see quizzes, and I mentioned the guest speakers and live demonstrations. All that information will be saved in the Supernova LMS. And of course, there'll be some assessments. You'll have quizzes, as mentioned before, and there'll be some surveys, including one before you start or as you start the course. There'll be a midterm quiz and a final, just to see what just to see how well you're doing and to assess the overall program and to report back to our funders how well we're doing and how well you're doing. All right, so I'm going to go to a quick demonstration. I'm going to pretend to be a student and give you a taste of what things look like in the Supernova LMS. I'm going to start at the dashboard. And this dashboard shows you which sessions have been completed. You can see the green marks, and you can see sessions that I'm still as a student working on, and you can see the completion levels over here. You can see things, so you can also see subjects that I haven't opened yet, I haven't even looked at yet. And all of this information is reported to the instructors as we go. I'm just going to go into one of the sessions just so you can see what it looks like. This is lesson 11. And this is at the approximate midway point. And here you'll see basically the topic for this particular week. And you'll see the our course discussion information. You'll see the videos, if there were videos from recording videos that were recorded during the session that will appear here. Learning activities, the ones that are required, are listed here. Assessments are here, and when there is a quiz, like for example, there's a midterm quiz, which this particular student didn't do so well in, you can go in and you can actually see the results of the quiz, which questions you got wrong, which questions you got right, and be able to assess how well you're doing. So the LMS is pretty it's pretty effective. It works very well. So that's it for the demo. We're going to go back to the demonstration. Let's go back to the demonstration. And now we'll have Danielle talk about cohort building.
All right, hello everyone. So first I want to introduce myself. My name is Danielle Rowland, and in my role at NRAO, I manage several I manage and support several student programs, including the ham radio program. My typical role with ham radio students involve any issues or questions you have with your stipend payments throughout the year, any conflicts or concerns that you would have with whether it be staff or other students. I'll also handle a lot of the equipment needs to making sure that you're set up to be able to connect virtually, whether that means, having a device support or some internet connection issues. You can reach out to me and I can help with that. But for this presentation portion, I also handle the cohort building in the ham radio program. And cohort building is something that we've found to be super effective across all of the programs that I manage at NRAO. It's really helped to give students the motivation to persevere and go on long-term with any type of learning commitment goal. So for a 40-week program like the ham radio one, cohort building is really important to us. It also, just helps build our community to help create this supportive environment for learning that we want everyone to have, so that you look forward to coming to class, and can also connect with your peers, because this is your future ham radio community, and also potentially your future colleagues in different STEM professional fields as you progress along your career path. So cohort building is really important to us. It's definitely something that we strive to have. We want everyone to be, friends in and outside of class with our program. So a little bit beyond the motivation for why we have cohort building as a part of this program. What is the cohort building sessions? What will they be consisting of? So we have a lot of fun activities, but also some relevant activities that connect to previous lessons that students learn as they progress through the program. So it'll be sort of like fun games, think maybe like math games that you would use in other classes, where you're applying your knowledge from the classroom in a fun way that still checks your learning understanding. But we'll also have a couple sessions that are designed just to get to know to know one another. And that's because with this cohort building, we also really emphasize that we're valuing each other's backgrounds and experiences. Everyone has something to contribute to our learning environment, and we want to provide that space to do so. And not only can you learn from each other, but by sharing your experiences and helping teach others maybe something that you've gone through, or a career pathway that you tried that was really successful and helpful to you, that gives you leadership experience and skills that you can share with your peers and become more confident in your own abilities. But then we also have cohort building as a way to ease communication, not only amongst each other, but also with staff. We'll also be sharing, a little bit about ourselves so you can get to know us better. And that's a two-way communication. So we'll also be asking for your feedback on the course as well. As Jesse mentioned, after this program is completed with our grant term, we will be releasing the content on Supernova to the wild, as Jesse said, to different ham clubs or universities that also want to use the material. So we're really interested in having this two-way conversation with students to provide feedback on their experiences so that we can do everything to make sure that this is a positive learning environment. And cohort building is really a part of building those connections. We'll also be inviting alumni from our first session of this program. The first cohort, we're going to be inviting those alumni to come back and meet the new cohort of students to share their experiences, have greater connections within the ham community because they'll already have their licenses, so you can build those connections. And then we're also going to have some, so there are some specific examples of these cohort building sessions. Jesse has a few listed above with the Morse code games, the virtual pizza nights. Yes, we will send you a gift card so you can go ahead and order your meal and we can all share a meal together, even if it's virtually, because we're located across the country, and hands-on, group activities. We'll also have virtual escape rooms. We've had science communication workshops, scavenger hunts, and a couple of more fun icebreakers, not the ones people dread. So those usually happen about once a month. We're going to be doing that in the fall and spring coming up for the newest cohort. And typically that will alternate with the guest speakers. So you'll usually have a lesson portion of the Zoom meeting in the beginning, and then at the end would either be a guest speaker or would be the cohort building session. So we'll have those throughout the year. And we also do mid-semester check-ins. So we'll have individual meetings with students one-on-one to kind of get to learn more about you as an individual. And this helps us provide strong letters of recommendation should you need one in the future with other opportunities that you may want to pursue. And then to also provide personal and class support as well. So if there's any barriers or issues that you're encountering in life, or financially, family-wise, health-wise, that are interfering or taking away from your learning experience, we're here to help. We have tons of resources. So we're definitely more in the holistic support realm than just focused on the class learning. We're really interested in your growth as an individual, interested in STEM. And then we also, that's also an opportunity for you to give us the general feedback so that we can continue to improve the course. and get to know us better as well. Then I think Jesse mentioned this earlier as well. We also have a couple of in-person opportunities that'll come along to help build the cohort and friendships amongst students in the program. So we have various opportunities depending on the time of the year, where you can either give a presentation about your experience in our ham radio program, or using some of the on-air assignments. You can give a presentation about that to various groups. Or there's also like in-person meetings and conferences that our students can potentially attend, such as the HamSci workshop that Jesse was referencing earlier as well. So I think that's it for cohort building. And at this point, we would be taking questions and answers, but for our video people that may not be watching this live, I do encourage you, if you have any additional questions about our presentation, the easiest way to reach out to us is if you send an email to odi@nrao.edu. That email will go to Jesse and myself, so you can reach out directly that way.
All right, excellent. So that ends this video presentation. And we'll be handling and entertaining any questions that you have at this time in the live portion. Thanks again for coming. Okay.